Welcome to Dragonfly Trading. My name is Carrie, and I'm a full-time Elliott Wave trader in the crypto and Forex markets. Today's video is going to be an update on Bitcoin. Remember, this is not financial advice. This is just the way that I see the market, and I trade it. If you're interested in learning my system, the link is in the description below for the Discord. I am excited. My course is almost done. I have a deadline of April 10th, and it will be released. It will be very affordable for everyone, and I'm very excited to release it. All right, let's get started. So we're on the daily time frame, and we are hoping that this can climb as high as it can get up there. Okay. Now, on the daily time frame, we have been in the bullish range. The bearish range since this top back here. The bearish range is from 70 down to 0. But how do we get out of it, which I've talked about before, but we're going to talk about it again. How we get out of it is we transition. So we have to push up over 70. That's signal 1. We have to pull back to the 30 to 40 zone, which is bullish support. That is signal 2. Then we have to push back up over 70. That is signal 3. That is a confirmation that we are headed up, back up into the bullish zone. So that is what the daily needs to do. If it doesn't, we're going to get rejected again in 70 and come back down. Hopefully it may hold 40 and try to kick up to 70 and transition, but we'll have to wait and see. All right. So we want this to get as high as it can, and there's several ways that it can do that, and we'll talk about it, because we want to get up high for the triangle, okay, because the triangle is the only option we have left to make a fifth wave. If we lose triangle and we come down and we hit this trend line, or we don't make it up there, well, triangle's going to come off the table. So we do need to get up there. If we don't, then I'm looking at us making an X wave, and then we're going to come down for Y. Okay? I don't think that this is over. I think that we will eventually try to climb higher, unless we're making the bearish triangle option, and that would mean that this is X here, and that would be pretty bearish for Bitcoin. Okay? This is the same counts I've been going over every video. I know it's getting quite boring, but it is what it is, right, guys? All right, let's talk about the counts that we have available to us here. So, triangle is still on the table, but we're having to change it to what we call an ascending triangle, where we have a flat top. We still, if it were to stop here, you know, it could still be a symmetrical, but if it goes up any higher, we're going to have to call it an ascending, which there's nothing wrong with that. But if we break out the top, then this triangle is off the table. Both are off the table. So the immediate thing that we need to watch right now is, are we setting in E? And we have to hold this line. If we are, we will get what's called a thrust out of this triangle. It will be a dump if it's E. If it's not E, then we're going to get a controlled pullback of 3 waves. If we get the controlled pullback of 3 waves, then I would be looked to go long, not financial advice. But we've got to hold this triangle top trend line, okay? So how else can we get up there for the higher triangle? Well, one of the ways is very complex, but let's go over it. Now, if we fail, and we'll call this blue. Actually, let me go back a step. Sorry about that. Let me go back a step and go over this lower count. And then you'll understand what I mean by the bigger count. Okay. Whoops. Okay, the lower count is assuming that we're using W, X, Y for the overall count. We don't want to break this upward trend line. That's the triangle trend line. We don't want to break this 1.382. So far, we're getting a little dump here. Maybe we're getting lucky. Let's look at this inner count so you know how I'm counting it. I see this as 3 waves for W, 3 waves for X, 3 waves for Y, creating an overall W of higher degree. Blue box is X wave of higher degree. Then I see 3 waves for W, 3 waves for X, and all of this complex WXY leading into a lower degree Y and the higher degree WXY. Okay? That's how I'm seeing it. Now, let's go back to what I had before. What if the blue is not the case? That we are not attaching this leg to this leg to this leg. Okay? What if we hold this trend line and we kick up again, which is totally possible, okay? What it will do is just create a bigger complex structure. If that is the case and we hold red trend line, I will see us using this leg over here, W, X, and then it creates a bigger Y. Pull this in a little bit, get this out of my face. So it creates a bigger Y and comes up into what I call the expanded B pocket. Then we will use yellow leg that connects all of white into the expanded B pocket as a B and comes down as C. Now what we will hope for is a higher low. Then at that point we would use green leg that connects to yellow leg, and that's when we can push to the upside and hopefully get up there for the triangle target, the bigger triangle. All that this does is create a bigger flat in the middle. Let's change that to a line. It creates a running flat, which would be bullish. And then we could use this leg attached over here. So A, B, kick up for C. Okay? I know that that's a little complicated. But let me Let's take a look at some other alts real quick, okay? Right here, February 23rd is right here. This is producing a beautiful flat. This is definitely three waves down, and it might even be a WXY. But when you pull a fib extension here, we're in between two fib levels. So there's a good possibility that there might be another kick to the upside. When we look at ADA, here's the same spot. This is a beautiful flat. But it looks like this is a fourth. If we don't break this prior fourth, and that it could kick up for one more to the upside. But this is definitely a three-wave move. So looking at Bitcoin with our complex structure, there's a good chance we hold trend line and kick up for another leg. We would invalidate the triangle, and then it would turn into the complex structure. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I know that we have been in a long, boring, sideways motion, but hopefully it is the triangle, and we're either setting in E or we're setting in D, and this will be over very soon. All right, so you guys have a wonderful day, and I want to say thank you so much for all the comments. It just makes it all worth it, and I appreciate each and every one of you.